Just working out things as I always do. Yeah. So I'm back. I haven't streamed in a while. I originally was gonna stream like both Tuesday and Thursday last week, but I got caught up in personal life. So, but now I am here. I'm here. My desk is slowly getting kind of a disaster, but what do we expect? What do we expect? And okay. Sorry, I just forget to add everyone every time. Like I've been better at I post it in the Discord, but I've been forgetting to add everyone. And of course, link to the Discord in description. As always, that's never changed. But today we'll be talking about Alger, and I should look at me messing up. I got this. It was actually hard to decide which color it should be, but I decided on this turquoise blue. So that's the color Alger would be. Look, deciding which blue who gets which blue was hard, okay? Because we had the Great Blue War. Because a lot of my characters resonate with the color of blue for whichever reason, and Alger's one of them. So yeah, just other updates. I've got a video that should be coming out sometime soon. I don't know. I haven't had too much time to work on it for the same reason why I wasn't able to live stream at all last week. I've just been super busy. But I've got a new video. I'm working on a webcomic that should, like, I want the first chapter of this webcomic to be out when I post that video, so they're kind of correlating. But I've got the entire thing sketched out. I just need to render the whole thing, and yeah, we don't have that many gods left. After we do this one, this tea today, we only have got 4 left, it seems. Yeah, yeah, oh my goodness. For a second, I thought I was completely wrong because I counted these letters and I'm like, ooh, there's 12 letters and 12 gods. That is still true. But for a second, I thought I was wrong because I'm like, wait, isn't karma, this I here, a middle-aged god? And there's 4 gods for each section. No, I forgot. Karma technically falls under a New Age god, just is riding that line like Valkyrie is here. So yeah. This is going to be the last Middle Age god, so first we got Alias, yeah. Valkyrie, the one I was talking about. The beginning of the Middle Age gods. Now we are going to this is the one we did last time. So no, I can't even say last week. It was 2 weeks ago because I've been really busy. But yeah, this is the one that we did last time. And this is the one we're doing today. This is Alger, God of the Cold. He's also kind of the God of the Winter. I keep kind of switching between calling him the God of Cold and the God of Winter. And something says I might just change it to the God of Ice. I don't know. He's been confusing. Also, I forgot to shut this door, darn it. Do that real quickly right now. But in about an hour, I'll still be live streaming because I won't be done in an hour. But in an hour, I'll probably be I'll have to switch over my laundry and stuff. So just because I want to show off, like I've shown off old designs of all the gods. I don't really have an old design. Alger, he is getting an entire outfit change, but otherwise he's not staying pretty much the same. This is something I did. Um, Alger, besides Karma, of course, Alger's the really only god that had a design that was really set in stone. And he's also the god that I've drawn the most of, which is why he's not changing much, but I still am changing him so that he matches the vibes of the other gods, but still has his own unique flair to it. And then the other big reason of why I'm changing his design is just, like, his design is old. Keep that in mind. He is the first god that I drew, that I designed, was Valkyrie, which, Valkyrie got an entire revamping of design. He was the second, Nure was the third. But yeah. I don't know, there's not much more to say onto that. So I am working on titles for all the gods though, so that's fun. So Alger's kind of the god that had a title. Like, as soon as I made him, he came not only with his own, like, idea of him as a god, he was always gonna be the god of winter, he was intended to be the god of winter, but he also came with a name idea. Well, not the name, but a title. And I wanted to give all my gods unique titles, besides the title of the God of Cold. That is technically a title, but I wanted to give them a unique title that doesn't necessarily attach to their godhood, but still calls into an aspect of their personality, or at least who they were before they died. For example, if you were here last time with Polaris and stayed to the end, then you would know that I called Polaris here that he cured people's curses. That was the last thing he did, was free someone from their curse, which is why he's now getting the title of the curse healer, something like that. Again, all of this is still really in the works. But Alger, he had a title before he had an actual name. His title was, of course, the Winter Angel, being as he is an angel. So yeah, I'm sure you can see in the original design for his insignia, it is a snowflake with 6 wings. Now, Alger never has 6 wings, he has 4, but sometimes you can count his, like, little ears to be like wings. So I was tempted to keep the 6-wing design simply because 6 wings, that's what a seraphim angel has in, I don't want to call it mythology because it is just Christianity, and I would hate to do that. I guess I've already done it once, but so just before I draw it out, I was gonna test out some things. So of course we're gonna get our little thing here and test. One thing that I wanted to do is, you can see that I kind of got the 4 points, but I'm just gonna change it to the 6 because snowflakes always have 6 points. It's a very, like, that is true. You can fact check me. Snowflakes really, they always have 6 points. So I don't really like this one because this is really rough, but thinking maybe to simplify the design, maybe the 6 wings are like in a wheel. Yeah, that's the reason why the wings are the way they are and are not part of the snowflake, is because I didn't know what to do with this top and bottom. If I did like the typical wing, because then I would have to decide which one is where. Which I always could do that, but then if I made them all face one direction, I do not have that problem. So That is something. So I was thinking, yeah, I think I am gonna go with something like that instead of the design, but I think for the record I should design something more similar to what we have with the snowflake and then the 6 wings. I still do kind of like that though. Um, hmm, I think I gotta keep in mind that's not real. Trying to go through this middle line here. Erase that one. And then we're going through there, go through that middle line. There's our snowflake shape for each prong. I think I'm gonna not change it as much as I thought I originally was going to. We're just gonna work on the snowflake points. Also, it's really cold here. I have a blanket. I am freezing still. Like, I am dressed fairly warm. I'm wearing a hoodie right now, and I'm wearing sweatpants, but I'm still cold. So maybe it's fitting that it snowed and is really cold when I'm drawing the god of the cold. Things happen, I guess things happen for a reason. So these are not perfect by any means, but that's okay. None of the other god insignias were perfect either. We gotta have the crystal in the middle. I wonder if I don't want to include the wings at all. Here's an idea. So one, I just kind of getting the idea of the shape and stuff. Trying to keep things decently similar. That's kind of what our snowflakey shape. I guess if we cut that part down, it'll look like that. Which I don't necessarily like. I like it having a little point out where the corners meet. Then I'm just gonna see how I like the wings still. I don't know. I've always vibed with the wings. I never thought that's something I'd get rid of. I thought I'd be pretty much drawing the same insignia down, but I don't know. I'm not messing with them today. I think maybe if I simplified it down a bit more, I am still focusing kind of like on the sharpness, because I think maybe with the wings being like so round, they were kind of like off-putting, because I like angels to be more like rough and tough and stuff. Especially angels like Alger, because he's a power angel. If you don't know, there are 9 different types of angels. and there's 3 different groups called choir is a word for a group of angels, but I think the 3 groups are called something different. I can't remember off the top of my head though, so I'm just not gonna say it because I don't know. I think this is what I'm going for. An idea that is intricate but straightforward, because I feel like that gets across a lot of his vibe. Kind of looks like a web, which is kind of fun. Maybe I add more lines up here just to make that snowflake idea come across more clear. Yeah, I like it. I like this one a lot, actually. So, oh, and I haven't zoomed in this entire time. I apologize. I'm sorry about that. Here. Now you can see what I'm drawing. Hooray! Sorry, I forget that you can't see what I'm drawing like how I see it. Come on, focus, please. Focus. Hello? Hello. There we go. It's focusing now. So now I'm just gotta color in the blue. Honestly, these next few streams I'm especially excited for. Mainly because these next streams we'll be talking about some of my absolute favorite characters. Cause I love Alger. I did say how I've drawn Alger the most. So obviously gotta have some love for the guy. I'm trying to decide if this middle point, if I just wanna color this entire thing in, or if I want to make that like a separate line. I think I'm gonna just color it in and just gonna go screw it. I think yeah. There you go. There we go. Yeah. I think we're gonna call this something like the Winter Star. I love my silly little goofy names, okay? And I want to name all their holy symbols, but I've been very bad at doing that, mainly because every name that I come up with is dumb, but I think the Winter Star is not dumb, so I'm writing that down. And there's something else not dumb. It's time to draw our little basic figure sketch over here. Um, hmm. So, as I talked about, I just want to talk a little bit about the angel hierarchy, even though I can't name what the 3 different groups are called, but so in angel there are 9 different angel types, and they separate into 3 different groups with 3 angel per group. We've got the highest tier of angels. Those are your those are your seraphim, your cherubim, and your thrones. Pretty much more so, they're kind of like the rulers, the smart ones, and the literal chariots and thrones. Because, I mean, they're called thrones. They are literally thrones and chariots for other angels. Also, by the way, the biblically accurate angel stuff, that is not right at all. Those are not what angels actually look like. However, those are what thrones look like. Thrones are supposed to be this ball of fire surrounded with wheels covered in like wings and eyes. So, yeah. If anyone tells you about the biblically accurate angels, or you call them into question, just know, yeah, those actual angels are described like that, but it's only one small subgroup of angels. In fact, with the seraphim and cherubim, the ones higher than the thrones, they are actually described more human-like. They have feet and faces. Well, seraphim have a face. Cherubim have faces. I think they've got 3 of them. Can't quite remember, but faces. Also, nextly, so the kind of like in the middle tier where they're not like these big important guys like the seraphim and the cherubim are, but in the mid tier we have dominions, virtues, and powers. Now, I actually have. So, Alger falls into that category of power angel. So, I do kind of want. Because I do like the idea of angels fitting these. The beauty standards we have. Simply because, well. It just makes sense because that is where, like, to have something that's like, oh, this is peak beauty, it is an angel. But it doesn't make too much sense because beauty standards change drastically, whereas I don't want angels to change like at all. So I could just say this is the more Phantasticus beauty standard. But I decided to end up doing something entirely different. So, but yeah, so you need to know Alger's a power angel, and I'll talk more about the other angels, especially the power angel, in a minute. But just to cover it, the third and lowest tier, these are the angels that often interact with humanity. It's your principalities, your archangels, and your angels. Yes, one of the angel groups is just called angels. And you think these are the most angeliest of angels, but nope, they are the least angeliest of angels. That's why they don't have a name, and why the ones above it just get an arc thrown on top. So yeah. So yeah, that's also why we mainly talk about angels and archangels, because those are the ones that most often interact. I don't know why we don't talk about principalities as much, but we don't. Look, I'm not a religious person by any means. I just happen to really like the idea of these divine holy creatures. Also, just for the record, humans don't become angels. I mean, they might become angels, but they don't become like anything else than angels. And I don't think they become angels. I decided to make angels more lean and fit for a variety of reasons. One, they're angels, they're warriors, and a big reason for that is also because they fly. You kinda gotta be fit to fly. It uses a lot of muscles and it takes a lot of energy. And since angels can fly, they gotta be able to, well, make that kind of energy. I don't know why. These muscles are looking weird today. And I'm okay at drawing them, okay? I've been drawing muscular characters a lot recently. Normally I'm not, but I've been doing them a lot. Okay. Sorry, just fixing out something with my mom. She's just asking me questions about stuff. Say, I hate this figure. In all honesty, I hate it. So I'm changing the legs because the legs ruin everything. And I'm not looking at reference photos while I draw these, which that would definitely help. But I think if I kept his legs more together, it would feel more like him. And I think that's the issue because it just feels wonky because it is not something he would do, not a pose he would be in. He is not a fan. It's not that he wouldn't be in a wide stance. Yeah. Come on. Okay. I will say, there are big things happening today, which is why I do seem kind of distracted, because I am. Because I've got a job interview for today, because I have not been able to really get work. Mostly my own fault, but then when I really tried to get work, because I'm either really busy, so I'm like, I don't have time to really find work, or nobody's hiring because it's not the time when anyone's getting jobs. However, I did manage to get an interview, which I have today, so kind of nervous. It's cold. Maybe because I'm just go straight down. He's a straight down arm guy. Well, that's not straight down, that's a curve, just down. I think I do. Maybe I'll keep that arm out, but I think I'll kind of position his hand here, have him holding his staff he wields. I will say, I'm still not liking this figure, but for Alger especially, it really doesn't matter how much I dislike or like this figure. Oh no, I messed up. Well, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of talk about my angel lore. Now, do not take this for gospel. Why? Because it is my angel lore. It is not actual lore. It's not. This does have some basis in, of course, what I am referencing, but it doesn't have that much. Especially because my system isn't, for heaven and stuff, is entirely different. And I think I know the problem now that I'm kind of looking at it from a different direction. These legs are so short. He's got long legs. He's tall. He's tall. He's one of my taller gods. Not my tallest. We'll actually be talking about my tallest soon. And my shortest soon. My shortest, we'll be talking about them tomorrow. I think maybe... So now that I don't think it was the pose entirely, I think it was just the legs, so I'm just gonna redo them. There we go. Redraw his little feet. Have some feet privileges, my boy. Ankle, little ankles. There we go. That's better, even though they're not as drawn out and stuff. It's so much better simply because now they feel like the right size. Ooh, actually, no. I'm looking at it from a weird angle. Those do not feel right anymore. I can't today. I really can't today. Today is not my day. Trying this again. But thankfully we shouldn't have to change too much, just kind of messing that up. Okay, because it'll still be taller, because that's still a part of the problem. Just gonna try it out this way? No? Is that a good? I think that's good. Yeah. There we go. There. Whatever, fine enough. Anyway. So, back to this little doodle of mine. Say he, like Valkyrie, also has the winged ears, so I'm just gonna draw those on. But yeah. There are some important differences that we need to know of the angels. For one, like, my angel system is weird. Because I do have people born as an angel, no one really becomes an angel, or you can argue that since I have not developed it much, it could be people become an angel, but they have no memories of their previous life, so to them they are just born an angel. Which that might be something. I'm still thinking. I don't think I'll have that be the case as we stand right now. But it is always an idea that I'm not gonna fully drop. In fact, I don't think I'll explain kind of like if people die and become angels at all. Just know, as of right now, it could be either or. I'll probably decide officially, and goodness gracious. Hello, autofocus. You're supposed to focus. Focus. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, I wanted to give him this more, like, angular appearance. Like, he's supposed to be sharp. And that's what didn't happen with my old Alger design. He was very round and comfy. Besides in some of his facial features. Like, a lot of people described him looking like a sad Victorian child. Which, I mean, is not necessarily something I'm not going for, but it's not something I am going for. He's a sad boy. So, I think if I just tried to make him like sharper in regards with his like nose and stuff, And even with his hair was very rounded. Like, to those who were, stop doing that. Goodness, you. Like, with this, just putting down the string again, like, his hair is much rounder. Very, like, it has some sharpness to it, but, like, not really. So I thought maybe, like, leaning into the sharpness of it all could definitely help. Of course. Make it spikier anime protagonist, fluffy hair. This is kind of what I'm thinking now. It's just kind of his hair, but sharper. I'm not the biggest fan of drawing short hair. So this is kind of not my field of expertise. Nor is drawing side facing, so. But I am liking the idea of making his hair much sharper. I'm sure anyone who is here or has at least been viewing this channel for like more than this video, and then you can tell them my style is not sharp. It is very round. Ooh, dogs are barking. I wonder why is that? They are barking though. Goodness gracious, dogs. Okay, actually someone should, okay, just wait. I'll be right back. Someone knocked on the door, so. Okay, sorry about that. I am back. Some reason that. Oh, someone at me? I was added? There, okay. Just replying to stuff. Oh my goodness. I do not know. I just gotta check something real quickly. I'm just opening up Tumblr because I only have a side view drawing of him in my sketchbook here. But I've got some front facing that I posted to Tumblr. I was planning to go find a front facing drawing that I did of him before, because I'm really not liking his hair there. Gotta keep scrolling because the drawing that I'm looking I did during Pride. Of course, I have later drawings of him, but I know where to find this one, so that's why it's my go-to. No, it's not my go-to because that one's also side-facing. Goodness, I'm an idiot. I'm a stupid dum-dum. I do know where one is. I was just thinking about a different one. Gotta open up a different thing. Where's my... I can't even find it. No, that is not where I'm going. No, free me from this prison. Okay, there we go. That's my thing. Here, you can just look at a... You know what? I'll give you something else to look at. Hi, Strudel. Oh, not that one. I like this one simply because I don't really have to zoom out. I mean, there's more right here, but the more is just their feet. So here, you can look at Set and Pandora for a moment while I find this. Where? All. Show me all. Go to page 2. Oh, where is it? Oh, I found it! Yes! Pandora. What's them again? Yeah. Yeah, my sketchbook is just them. I post a lot about them in the Discord server too. But I found his hair, and now I know why I'm like, huh, this looks so wrong. It's because it's entirely wrong. Cause here, his hair goes into the middle, like that. There we go. Got that. Doubles. Friend, fight. There we go. Yeah, it's been a while since I've drawn him, okay? Because I was waiting till get to this point to redesign him before I draw him, really. Besides, like, Valkyrie and Kaleo, because I couldn't help myself. Just gonna draw him. But I will admit, I've been starting to really like putting the eyes on these faces. Yeah. But yeah, they're a run rendition of him. And I don't think his hair is changing much, so I think I do gotta kinda, you know. He's so silly looking. I love him. Draw his cute little face. By the way, if you were here for the Valkyrie live stream, then you would know that I talked just a little bit. Where's my? I talked about how she like cut off her hair and stuff. Well, Alger did the same thing, but Valkyrie did it with a shard of glass. Alger did it with a sword, which that goes into the major difference. So Power Angels and Archangels are kind of similar. The difference is Power Angels are Archangels, but better. In all ways, in all facets, they are better. I think I think it'd be nice because here I do have some jewelry stuff. A little wing with this snowflake there. I was thinking kind of changing that to almost make his jewelry look more Halo-ish, because he is a fallen angel. Why? Because he died, so he lost his Halo. Kinda on default, so. But I do have like a little drawing of him with his Halo, because he kind of made himself like a false Halo after dying. And this is what it looked like, but I think I'm gonna get rid of like half these little points. You can't even see it because it's not. The autofocusing is auto blurring. Hello. Stop. I don't know how to work with a camera. Is it not obvious? So I was thinking of definitely keeping that false halo, at least for a while. Just kind of doodling that places. So, and I think that false halo does fine for jewelry. When he eventually gives up the false halo, I'll probably need something, but that's not for a while within the story, so yeah, there his false halo again. And I think normally when I draw halos, you can like only see one side because they go behind the head. But I think it'd be fun, like with a draw here of I drew, you can see the whole halo always. I think that is kind of a fun dealer. detail. Just to change up the halo, because then I think that adds to the fact that it is not a real halo. Because what makes a halo the halo is the fact that it's given by the Supreme Angel, and these are ones that he made himself when he lost his halo, so it therefore is a false halo. But yeah. I don't know if you're counting, but yes. One of his eyes is here. He's got 5 eyes on this face. And with angels, I love giving them interesting ways on how I do like their eyes and stuff. So that does not change with Alger. Yeah. Now we get to the fun point, because Alger has many outfits. So yeah. And I think the one that really needs to redesign is his base outfit. So I think just for it, we're gonna draw the little gay boy. Yeah. I don't know why I decided to draw his face. I just wanted to. Yeah, we've got a very poor depiction of his face, but then gotta draw his body. I will say, out of everything that I've kind of done, the doing stuff with the angels has always been my favorite, simply because it's the most my own. Like, yeah, I did not make up the idea of angels, of course, but like the way the angelic society works, I did a lot of my own stuff rather than basing it off of other cultures. I just kind of like ran with some ideas that I had. So you know what? You've lost head privileges. I have decided I do not like that head. And, ooh, you wouldn't even know that I don't like that head, because I forgot to move it down here. I'm sorry. But yeah. So the original design kind of went like with a collar there, and it just was a poncho all the way down. Why did I even spend time trying to make a half decent body? It didn't turn out half decent, but I tried to make it half decent. And then it'd kind of be full of patterns, like so. Like, yeah, that's pretty much what the original outfit looked like. Drawing his head again because I hate myself. But yeah. Which, it's fine, especially for the God of Winter. He's wearing more wintry clothing. But I kind of want to change that up. I kind of want to do something different. So, like, one idea that I did have was I do not know why I'm drawing the head so much. I like never. I guess I did do it with Polaris, but I haven't done it with like anyone else. So that's interesting. is instead, I guess I'm really focusing kind of like on the top part of the clothing, because another idea that I had was instead of this like turtleneck thing, because I still want it to cover his neck, is to instead like surround it into something like more fluffy, covered in floof, have maybe his holy insignia right there. Then have like the same kind of color. I'd probably get rid of half the designs simply for like simplicity and like drawing stuff, but yeah. That is another idea that I kind of had. And but yeah, it's not the only one. We got a few more to cover. I just feel the need. Gotta draw his hair a bit. There we go. There we go. That's satisfying me. Like another idea kind of was to do kind of that base idea. I don't think I'll worry about drawing the face this time, even though I was worrying about drawing the face. But was to, you know, draw out his figure a bit. So I really like the idea of depicting angels in like these white dresses. So one idea is to make him have like this dress that touched the floor. Keep that kind of collar aspect that I had here. I've thought about Alger's design a lot to kind of look like the wings, have his holy insignia, kind of have his face buried in the center. This is very bad anatomy was, but whatever. It's concept art, no one cares. So one idea was more like flowy, elegant dress like instead of literally just a poncho and then boots. But then I was thinking maybe just to keep in that poncho aspect to have like this little coat thing, maybe have these little blue coat trails just to add like something else to add more interest to the design. Because that's the main thing with Alger's is I wanted to make him more interesting. Because before he was just kind of guy in poncho. So this is one another idea with the more wing like. I think I'm gonna do another little sketch like that one here. I'll do another little side just in the opposite way. Gotta draw his little ears. To get them. So just to draw like his little insignia sketch. Try it with the wing idea. Because then I do kind of have to think about what it looks like from all angles. First one, the fluff is kind of just fluff. But yeah, that was another idea, and I am because I know I'm going to do that bottom dress instead of just like a trench coat, but like kind of how I wanted to do it. That's kind of the difference here. And then of course we got to make room for his like wings and stuff. That's Avi. So I'm getting so good at drawing decent looking wings quickly. Oh yeah, I was thinking of this where you would still see his arms. I am thinking about having those covered somehow, like maybe we do like this long, elegant type sleeve. Because he is kind of based off the. Because I'm kind of leaning more into like the Frost Queen design, which goes with like the fluffy collar and stuff. I think maybe just to do like another one of his face down in the color, just to play around with the more fluffy look a bit. Because he is the god of winter, but he doesn't necessarily really get cold. But I still kind of want to get that aspect of cold because he doesn't necessarily like the cold either. I think I do kind of like the idea of this, like the feather wing stuff, like covering. So I wonder if I did that with like fur. I did it more intentionally high, have his face more intentionally buried in. Kind of like he's just cozy. Maybe you don't really see his ears as well, but they're still there. His insignia again. I think I do like the idea genuinely of like him being little gremlin covered. Wonder if I like covered in the wings or the fur. And angels, they do, in at least in my lore, kind of, it's just kind of harder to draw that way. But I think I am going with this more winter wingish type coat. And I still don't know if I kind of want to do the arms like more flowy cloth kimono like or. Oh, and now my doodles here are being cut off, so I'll just kind of move this over. This is what I've been drawing over here. Like have them covered and then have them kind of more cloth like. Or if I want to do more not cloth like, maybe show off his hands and have more like gloves. Kind of like a. This is a cloth like, but to like show off glove idea and just like that. But I think I do kind of like the idea of his arms just being out and about, showing out he's not really cold. Because he's not. So I do like doodling Alger a bunch. I think I am getting way better. Like a little off topic here, but I think I am getting way better at like doing character quick references because we've gone from like this like more quick concept sketch is from like yeah these, which I do think these are pretty good, but like when we came from that from like this, you can see that there's definitely not that there's being more thought putting into these drawing, but I'm definitely trying to try out more things with my art. Thinking of which, the more I like these elegant figure sketches, the more I hate this big figure up here. So, I think it's just time for me to draw the wings. He's got 4 of them, so let's draw 4. Let's give him his 4 wings. Kind of hate this figure. I do. I hate it. But I love what we were going down there. I don't love this, so I'm just gonna kind of quickly slap some wings on there, and let's slap on that clothing. Because I think I am deciding that I do like the more feathered look more, like that. Kind of getting busy with his ears. Get rid of his ears. No more ears for you. You've lost ear privileges. But yeah. Then kind of cover those shoulders. Goodness gracious, you. Like that. Yeah. Cover his feet. Erase all those times struggling with that just to be erased. Yeah, there we go. That's certainly an idea. Yeah, I do. I just like this sketch more. I think maybe it's the face. I just, yeah. Maybe. Oh, it is so blurry. So yeah. I think I'm gonna work on coloring and then I'll draw younger him. Just because I want to, well, I think I kind of need to explain some Angel stuff before I get into, like, his backstory. Because things get weird real quickly if you don't know kind of what I'm talking about. I guess I should have designed his weapon, but I don't know. We'll get to that. So, just to do some nice quick coloring and color story time break. Here's some just Angel Society stuff. So they're very, very strict. Like, a lot of my Angel stuff I do, like, I base on, like, dictatorships and things of that nature, because they do have a one ruler, and you could call it a monarchy, and it does kind of fall under monarchy. The main difference is the fact that since angels are immortal creatures, immortal with an asterisk of, and this is what I do with, like, all immortal creatures. They all have that aspect to it of they can die, they just can't die from, like, old age and other things that come from age. A lot of the times they don't really age, which is why they don't die from the consequences of old age. And some of them, they don't really need to breathe, or they don't starve, but mostly it's just they do not die from old age. If you're an angel, all it kind of means is you don't die from old age. You usually die if you get murdered or you kill yourself. That's the whole stick. And that whole stick does kind of come with an idea of I'm trying to word this. Angels, however, I found my words. Angels, however, they die pretty young, which you might be thinking, what? Why do they die young if they technically could live forever? And that's because of war, baby. Angels are warriors at their heart. And like this just that I think that goes for actual angels like in the Bible and stuff. They are fighters. Like they have multiple angel groups just dedicating to war, Power Angels being one such group. And I'm stuttering over my words big time today. My nerves really are getting to me. So, that idea kind of comes with one thing and one thing alone, and that's the fact that angels they are fighting demons. And I do have some deep lore of like how angels and demons how they all came to be and stuff, but I will not get into that today. That is not a today topic. When we talk about if and when we talk about the my original fallen angels like Lucifer and stuff, we will definitely get into that, but we are not talking about them today because yeah, we're just not. And so that kind of comes like, so yeah, they're fighting things, and this is where we kind of go into the differences. Now, you are raised in angel society. Since you were born an angel, angels have to be born. And I will say how angels come to be, how they are born, that is a whole mess. That is definitely for another topic and not for this one, so I won't really discuss it. But angels, they do carry and give birth to their children. I mean, they do lay eggs, so it's not really give birth. There's a different word for that, but I can't remember it right now. So, but yeah, they don't have. They lay eggs. They don't have children like humans do. They are much more bird-like than they are mammal-like. So, with that comes this idea. Sorry, I'm getting distracted in my own coloring. Gotta move that over. So, with that kind of follows this idea. So, angels are born, however, they're not raised by like mothers or fathers or anything. Instead, they either give them to one of two different groups of angels. If you are a principality, virtue, or dominion, you are given to cherubim. And of course, okay, so the angels that raise their own are thrones, cherubim, and seraphim, the top three. They all raise their own. But they also raise the others. Thrones, they only raise their own. No one else falls into this category. Cherubims raise principalities, virtues, and dominions, whereas seraphim raise angels, archangels, and powers. Which that kind of goes into this category thing that I was talking about. Oh, whoa, drop that. Hey, I almost dropped it in a place that was going to be colored anyway. That's kind of sad. It's so close. So close, dear friend. You didn't quite make it. That's sad. Just like adding random bits of color now, don't I? But, so that kind of runs into like one major, well, not really major issue. So yeah. Since angels form up the big brunt, yeah. And I'm not talking about angels, I am talking about the class angels. Angels, since that has the majority of all the angels in it. Yeah. Imagine that. The majority of angels of heaven are angels. How fun is that? But that does come with the idea. So that means seraphim, they are usually raising and doing more child raising work than any other angels. And that even says true if you don't even count the angels, simply because they need more warriors than they need these rulers. Because, well, the warriors are the ones dying. So they kind of need more to replace them. Whereas for the cherubim, that's not true because they're not warriors, so they're not really dying. And usually, the higher ranking the angel, the more likely they are to live for longer. Because principalities, out of everything the cherubim raise, principalities die the most because they are lower, and it's because they are mainly dealing with people. They kind of act like war administrators. They, like, virtues communicate with heaven to them, and they communicate from the virtues all the things that they must be doing and stuff. I always think, I don't need to line them with pen. That's like a waste of time. Until I line them with pen and I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I'm lining them with pen. It looks so much better. Better for my figure sketches when I do. Gonna pen, highlight, halo and stuff. So that there so that is like a big factor in how angels live their life. Now, the reason why powers are higher ranking and don't die as often is because they have a more specific role. They usually work with dominions, and they kind of are like heaven's cleanup crew. When there's a battle that goes down, angel soldiers are lost. They kind of go down and clean up the mess that is left behind. That's why a lot of people don't see a lot of the casualties of this war, because the casualties are cleaned up fairly quickly. And so, well, there's not really evidence left behind of the battle that ensued there, even if it was minutes ago. But another thing they do is when there's a hard battle or there's like a demon coming out that is absolutely wrecking these angels, like it's much stronger than the archangels they typically have down there as the stronger fighters, then that's another thing the Power Angels go to do of being cleanup crew is like they are again just better archangels so they deal with stronger demons. So and that does kind of go into our next little thing. So Alger is a Power Angel, of course, so he is a part of the group of just better Archangels. But Power Angels have another task. So once they go to Earth, slay some demons, they prove themselves worthy. They compete into this kind of like game activity sort of things, this challenge, where they decide who gets to be the gatekeeper. Now, the gatekeeper is a very important thing to heaven because, well, that's the thing guarding heaven's gates, guarding heaven's borders so no demons sneak through and cause mayhem, ruckus, and terror. So that's a role that angels can have, and it's pretty exclusively ran by Power Angels, is the role of gate guardianship. I didn't draw his hair here, so I'm just gonna kind of scribble in some blue to act like I did. So Alger is an angel that won such tournament where he was chosen to be the next gate guardian. Because there's two things that go into this. You one have to be your other Power Angel peers, and then you two have to beat. If you want this role, you have to like you don't challenge the current gate guardian. This is hosted every 10 years. It is the reapplying for gate guardianship. Whoever wins gets to be the new gate guardian. Alger in one of these tournaments won. He was the gate guardian of heaven for a very short time. He did not even get his full decades because he died. Which, yeah, died an avoidable death, but he died nonetheless. Yeah. He does, like, there's a lot of heaven stuff that he still very fully, like, does. Like, he does not dress in the color black ever. He leans to lighter colors with an accent of, like, a more dark blue. Which, of course, I'm drawing with these lighter colors. That's because I'm giving everyone lighter colors. But he does wear this more muted, deeper blue color, and not this bright, vibrant one. And this bright, vibrant one is just being used to make these designs stick out more from each other and to color code them in their holy color. But so that goes into like the next thing of So I'm going to talk about the halo. Like, what is it to die as an angel? Now, halos were only a thing once the Supreme Angel gained, like, supreme power over heaven. And, he decided to make the halo system. The halos are fractions of his actual power. They literally make an angel with a halo is stronger than an angel without one, pretty much. Because they're called in the form of like this halo, they are blessed with some of his divine strength. And the one reason why he's willing to divvy up his strength from the angels is one, he doesn't see them as too much of a threat, and more importantly, if they were these halos, he knows where each of them are and if they die or not. There was rarely any missing person in heaven that they know is not dead or not. When an angel dies, he immediately knows. Pretty much. Look at all this. I'm just gonna zoom out for a moment so you can see everything. But I still want to do some sketches here of Alger when he was younger, but yeah. I am really liking what we have, so I'm just showing that off for a moment. But yeah. That does go into the next thing. So as soon as an angel dies or falls, pretty much gets disowned, an angel falling is pretty much not necessarily that they're no longer an angel, they become a demon or whatnot. No, they stay an angel, but falling as an angel is pretty much the supreme angel disowning you. He's saying, you are no longer one of my angels, you are no longer one of my people, you are not allowed to live in heaven because you are no longer mine. And heaven is his kingdom. So, that goes into... So yeah. If you die, you lose your halo as well, because if you're gone, then you no longer have worth to him, so there's no point in keeping, because you're gone, you're broken, he's gonna get a new one. Kind of how he views it, kind of morbid, but it is how he views it nonetheless. Now, hit my fingers against my chair. So, that then goes into the next thing of so he fell not because he did something bad. He did break angel rule. He died because one of the ways he died is because he left his post of the gate guardian. That even though he would have definitely fell if the angels found out he did that, he did not fall because of that, simply because he died after doing that. Which, yeah, I'll get more into that now. So, again, one thing that I like to do, as you can kind of see, that besides with Polaris, because he hasn't changed much, and a few other, I think I think I only didn't do it with Polaris, because I did Wish here with Amanda. I did a younger alias. I did. Okay, I didn't do Nure before he was a god, because I don't know, Nure's had the largest transitions and stuff. Okay, I guess I didn't do it with Eve or Kali, because they're pretty similar. And yeah, I guess Eve and Kali are the only ones that I haven't done it with, and well, that's staying true for today, because we are drawing Alger's younger self. But I don't think we've got to draw full body. He's just wearing armor, and I don't feel like drawing armor right now. Because I need to research to do armor, and I'm not prepared with my tabs and that I need and stuff. So first up, of course, you gotta drawing his head. Hmm. I'm kind of not liking it, but it is kind of just supposed to be like an example piece of what Alger looked like before, so it really doesn't matter, so I'm trying not to care over it too much. Just maybe a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely doing better. Because the main thing that changed, which I don't know why I was doodling out his hair, because his hair changed completely. Because another thing that angels do is they really like having their long hair. Their long hair is kind of a status symbol to them, which is why his hair used to be very long, luscious, and also his hair is light blue, but it used to just be flat out white. And no, his hair is not like this color. It is a more pale blue color. These colors is kind of like it's me trying to work with stuff here. Besides that, that's the only thing that changed. Besides, he wears some more deep blue into his clothes now. Now, the armor he wears is still the same. I like drawing angels annoyed. Just kinda. What? He kinda had like this bun that was longer, and why? It's because it's the only hairstyle that I found that I liked for him. Oh, thank you, super stars with lots of Z's. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like my style. I like my style too. It's been through a lot to get to this point. But yeah, as I was saying, before Alger became the god that he is today, he just, yeah, the only thing that really changed was his hair when he cut it off with the sword. Cause since he, um, I feel like I should say fall is in air quotes, because he did technically fall. He is by all means a fallen angel, but he didn't. But with the fact that he didn't fall in the way that most angels do. No, never mind, actually. He technically fell in the way most angels do because most angels die. And he died. I have no idea what to do with his bangs, though. Hmm. You know, thinking is hard, okay? It's hard. I don't know how to think, frankly. I think I'll just try out some things with his bangs real quick. But yeah, we're kind of coming to the end. We'll I'll tell you a bit about how he died once we are coloring this stuff. Trying to take a deep breath. I need a glass of water. That's what I'm. As soon as I end stream, I'm going to. I'm just gonna drink all the water in the house. We will have no more water when I am done. Whoa! I am being called. I think. Hold on. I gotta go check something out. Something's going on. Nothing to worry about though, so don't worry. Okay. Again, nothing to worry about. I hate thinking unless it's about certain people or fandoms law. Yeah, me too. I do I do think a lot, and that's the problem. I hate thinking because I think a lot. Too much. Even. And yeah. Again, it was nothing. I just had to check on something real quick. Cause hey, when I live stream, the world is still moving around me, and sometimes I need to go check on things. So uncaring about the world. Yeah, I'm still not liking these bangs. I think these bangs are my favorite. Because maybe I keep that little. Because, like, his part here, he's kind of got the hair in the middle and the hair on the ends. And I think I'm gonna keep with that, like, hair main part of being hair in the middle, hair on the ends. Look at this dumb little face that you can tell I'm clearly not trying hard to make look good. This is probably how he would draw himself. Um, he is an artist of war. I think I could definitely design and talk about his weapon, but he mainly uses a sword because he's an angel. Well, okay, he's an angel is a bad thing, because if he's an archangel, then he mainly uses a spear. When he's a power angel, they normally use swords. So yeah, that's another difference between Power Angel and Archangels is the weapon they commonly use and are associated with. And hmm, so the main thing of we're going to the end up is how he died. So after he won his battle, he has earned the right to be the gatekeeper, pretty much. I messed that up. Okay, whatever. And so now, with the right he has as the gatekeeper, well, he's got to guard the gate. That is his right. That is his job. That is half his personality now. And so the gate is kind of hidden in this very cold, wintry place. It's pretty much in a place that is so unappealing. It's hard to live in. It's hard to settle by, because it is so dangerously cold. And this results in one thing. I'm so. I need water. So, so it's cold, it's miserable, and he kind of hates it, not gonna lie. But it's an honorable job. It's so honorable he got to talk to the King of Heaven and eat lunch with him when discussing about his new role as the gatekeeper. Which that then goes to. Ugh, I cannot entertain an audience for 2 hours. I just start dying by the end of it. But anyway, that leads to this idea that he ends up. So yeah, pretty much their job is to literally. Okay. His job is to literally stay and protect this gate. It is one of the most honorable jobs for a Power Angel to do as it is so important, but it is cold and miserable there. And Alger gets that it's cold and miserable, so when two children that were lost in a storm and just trying to seek shelter show up in this literal area that he's supposed to kill anyone that comes into this place, when these two children come by, he can't help but feel empathetic towards them. He can't help but feel a little bad because it is cold. They don't mean any harm. He knows they don't mean any harm, and he just kind of feels bad that to kick them out or kill them and stuff. So he ends up letting them stay in this cave. Now you may be wondering, it's like, oh, are these children gonna kill these children, air quotes? Well, not actual air quotes. They are just children. But are they gonna be the cause of his demise? Well, no, not at all. What ends up happening is that I'm not liking these faces. These faces suck. But anyway, so what ends up happening is Alger lets them stay just for the night. In the morning, when the blizzard clears, they were to leave, and they did just that. Everything seemed fine until when Alger looked out, he noticed that the blizzard was picking up again. He decided to try to help them. He knew that they'd be caught dead in that blizzard and would mostly die. Well, he knew that he wouldn't die from the cold and that he could handle it at least for a while. He ends up going through with this, trying to help them, and there was someone else in that storm besides just these children and him, and it was a monster hunter. Now, monster hunters work a little differently when you're a world full of creatures where there's a lot of non-human ones that could be considered monsters. A lot of monsters, what hunters they do is they hunt celestial creatures or creatures that are kind of like immortal or at least adjacent to them. Things like the demon, fae, and angels technically fall into that category. So, well, a lot of these monster hunters make like a divine exception for angels because they are so beloved by human society, because they are seen as these kind, benevolent creatures. Some of them still say at the end of the day, these are monsters and they are still dangerous. And so they hunt them as well. This hunter, for example, believed that the angels were dangerous. Alger was not in a place that he was used to. He is used to at least fighting in a cave, not fighting in an actual snowstorm. And he was more focused on protecting the kids than making sure that he stayed alive. And so he died. He was murdered out in this snowstorm. Of course, now, since his whole goal was to protect these children's, and while this monster hunter wasn't going to hurt these kids, because they were not one of these celestial immortal adjacents, he still left them abandoned in the snow, so they'd be doomed to die either way. Which is why Alger was selected to become a god. And, well, he fought, he killed, and that's really all to it. I will say, there's a bunch of things to get into with Alger, but I think it's only appropriate if we get into talking about Renu, because if you're one of my close friends, because if the Discord existed when I was developing this, then I'm sure you would find all about that in the Discord, but as of now, no. But you'll definitely hear more about it as we get closer to doing Renu, is the fact that Alger is the only god, except for, of course, Renu, because they kind of go hand in hand when talking about this topic, to have a kid. He had a kid with Renu. And of course, this is not the only god that got married, because Yumiko and Nure did, Alias and Polaris did, but he's the only one that had a child from it. Child from his union and stuff. So yeah, there is a lot more to talk about him, but since I'm just trying to get down there like backstories and designs like we did with like Polaris and stuff, and Yumiko, and Wish here, that's kind of all. So I think this is where I'm going to be ending stream. We're going to be talking about the God of Fire tomorrow. We are not talking about the God of Fire tomorrow. We're talking about the God of Fire. I believe I should be able to do it this Thursday. But, in the description, I have my Discord server. You can join that to be notified whenever I live stream, to see all my other character designs and art I did. I recently just spent like 3 days working on a drawing that I finished, and it's in the Discord server as well as on my Tumblr and stuff. But yeah, you'll be seeing more from me soon. Goodbye. I have an interview to prepare for. Click the right button, thank you.